Dude, what a week.
Yeah.
Fuck Brandon McAmee and fuck Scott O'Tay. Joseph.
Warning. The following program is a gaggle of friends talking about happenings in the world. It is meant to be comedic, informative, and not really serious. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or this broadcasting platform. There may be some cuss words, because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are a young person, please seek permission before listening any further. Sincerely, the people of Two Tired Dads. P.S. Don't sue us.
I blame Jimmy for everything that's going to happen on this episode. That's why. Not really mad. But at the end of the day,
he came in hot, baby.
You don't answer to shit. I mean,
Facts.
We pay our own bills.
Facts.
If I think you're a douchebag, I'm going to call you out.
And I stand with him.
I had to get that off my chest. Like, seriously, fuck Brandon McAmee and fuck Scott O'Tay. Seriously, Scott O'Tay needs to stand on fucking platforms just to fucking get up in the fucking picture. Brandon McAmee, hey, everyone, eat a sandwich today. Ah!
Hey, you saw that post?
How do you not?
I was like, what's crazy is the fact that he really told people to say fuck their boss like he's that important.
Dude, he ain't shit. A lot of people ain't shit. And that's why we get to come
we
to
ain't
this.
Shit half the time.
Like, we ain't shit, Daddy. But at the end of the day, Devin James and Stacey J make sure things need to get done without throwing people under the bus.
Say it again.
Devin James and Stacey J get shit done without throwing people under the bus. Dude, what a week, bro. You finished strong last month. I'm proud of you.
Hey, I appreciate it. I'm sorry I missed the show. I mean, I got in for a little bit, but hey, guess what? The goals were achieved, man. Dad time on full grind. You know what it is.
Dude, I'm enjoying this phenomenal cigar that I picked up at a cigar shop. Good old fine quality non-Cuban, baby. Dude, like, let's just get it out the way. I mean, probably the biggest news that like everyone's been talking about, legitimate, and we're gonna get into some shit. We got to start it off. What the fuck is going on? Tyson don't need the money, Daddy.
Is it real? Is it real? That me and Ryan were talking about this at work. I'm like, is it real? Because if it is, I'll pay the money for it.
Are you going, or are you gonna pay the money for it?
Pay the money for it, like to watch it. Like, man, Tyson in his old age, even with that man ain't no man to be played with. Like,
so remember when everyone got bored in the pandemic and like started making promos and shit,
yeah.
And
you went deaf on me. I can't hear you.
You there?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I don't know what that was. Remember when everybody was getting, probably got canceled. But remember when everybody got bored in the pandemic and basically Tyson did a promo video as to where he was hitting mitts. And when he was hitting these mitts, he said on the Joe Rogan podcast, like, oh, I hit those mitts and I was tired the whole for 2 days straight.
Yeah, but he just got done training Ngannou for that fight with Fury. And when I tell you, he looks like he's still a bad, bad man. And Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson. You know he's known. He's known for that first round knockout. Jake Paul gonna have to make it out the first round. That boy come bobbing and weaving, and it's game over. Like,
do you think they'll release the contract to the public once it's signed, like they did with the Woodley? Because remember when Woodley and Jake and it was in Texas. It was in Texas. It was in the same venue. And when they release that venue, I want to see if there's a no knockout clause.
There better not be. If not, I'm not going to believe it's a real fight and it's just all publicity, and then I won't watch it.
Dude, boxing's so tainted, unfortunately.
Guru _100. Hey, thank you for tuning in. And you just said it's been announced on all platforms. Seems official. So I can't fucking wait.
I'm excited. Who you got?
Tyson. I'm from Tyson era, baby. Like, I'm not going to stunt. Hey, Jake Paul got some hands, man. Like, the difference is you get in there with a seasoned vet. Look, that man has been studying tape longer than that man has been alive. Okay. Like, you got to really come in there knowing some shit, because no matter, look, he got that old man strength now. You know what I mean? Like, he surpassed dad's strength. He's in the old man strength. And we all know there's some old men out there. You're like, why the fuck are you so strong? Like, and I think he's in that realm.
Yeah.
And he's still physically fit. So that level of strength is probably a whole nother level. Like, I can't wait.
Man,
I can't wait.
Man, I got to give a shout out. Thank you again to Stacy. Obviously, thank you, Stacy. Thank you again to Casey. Yeah, that's why I love having him as a co-host. But it's like
so close to
when
names.
he is a co-host. Yeah, but he stepped up last week. You know, big shout out to him.
Yes, funny ass dude. Funny ass dude. Great show, by the way. Great show.
Always got to play the disclaimer like 6 times when he.
You gotta love it.
So, I mean, other news, dude, you brought this shit to my attention. Like, what's this? Obviously, we knew this was coming. More money to Ukraine.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
I'm just to the point now where it's like, if you really do the math, right? We could have ended homeless veterans. We could have put all of our veterans in housing.
Get me started with the V word. Come on.
You know, and it's just really, that's how I look at it. When I think about what we're doing for other countries, I think first about our veterans, right? The people that served us to get us to this position. And the fact that there's still homeless veterans, but we're paying for education and we're paying for all this shit in Ukraine. We're paying for a war in Israel, a complete genocide. You know, like, it's, when do we as the people, right? We've talked about this before. When do we step up? I was actually watching a podcast where they were talking about the Declaration of Independence and why it's not taught in schools, right? And it brings up a very valid point. It's not taught in schools because the Declaration of Independence tells us to overthrow a tyrannical government. And where are we at right now? We have a tyrannical government.
Yeah.
It is our duty as the people to step up and take shit into our own hands and really, let's call it what it is, take back America. I'm not going to even say the slogan for Trump. I'm just going to say it's time to take back America. Not even make America great again. We're not going to the old school. We need to take it back. We need to put things in position. We need to rebuild our infrastructure, focus on our borders, not even close them, just focus on our borders. We have people that need to be taken care of. We have drug epidemics that are through the roof that, you know, for some reason they're swept under the rug. You go to some of these cities, you walk down the road and you're looking and there's people literally ODing on the street.
Yeah.
We need to make America better than it's ever been. It's just, again, and that's a good example. We need to take the movie Ants as a major lesson. That is the thing. When we're separate, we're divided, we have no power. When we come together, we can overthrow everything. We've been doing it since the start of this country. When do we start now? How do we start? We got the fact that nowadays you can't even discipline your own kid without the state stepping in, the government stepping in, you know, the teachers stepping in. Do you want us just to have a whole world of fucking minions? Just people that don't know respect? Like, what happened to respect? Respect your elders. Treat others the way you want to be treated. What has happened? Talk to me. What do you think? What do you think are like some things we need to do? Bring back ass whoopings first and foremost.
That's exactly what happened, bro. I mean, this is the era where dudes were raised by their mom, and like a majority didn't have like a dad around, or a father figure around.
You're not wrong.
And it's like, dude, I heard, oh my God, I don't want to name drop, but
Do you think?
Mom, I got my insurance bill today. How am I supposed to pay this? Well, Jimmy, do you have a job? Yeah. I just don't want to pay the $236. Why should I pay that? It's like, this is fucking logic.
Man,
Because what happened is everyone somehow became entitled. Not everyone. A lot of motherfuckers. Because entitlement, write this down, everybody. Entitlement is what happens when you are fed enabled. Enabling leads to entitlement.
I'm trying to figure out
100,000%.
how people, this goes with what you're saying. How are people entitled to shit they've never even had? That's what blows my mind.
Because it's, yeah.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to interject.
No, you're good, baby. No, I was saying that's what happened is where a lot, because single moms were going in, doing single mom lessons like how we do our podcast on the fly. They're doing it on the fly. They don't know if they're right. They don't know if they're wrong. And, like my mom being a single mom, she was criticized a lot by, my grandparents.
I think you got women trying to tell men how to be men. How are you telling a man how to be a man? You ain't even have a dad in the household.
That's a whole nother thing. I mean, you also got ladies trying to, all right, don't date me unless you have a BMW and a 640 credit score and you make over six figures and you can't have any dogs or kids, but you must take me in.
But I got 7 of them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And it's nothing against them. It's just saying, like, I get to this point where I'm kind of just trying to figure out, how did we get here? And I think about it. I'm gonna go straight to the government with making it where it's more lucrative to, live off the government than it is to have a man in the household. But at the same point, men aren't men anymore, and they're not providing the way they're supposed to. You know what I mean? Like, there's, again, Devin, you're a prime example. You provide, you take care of the household, you pay the bills. You know what I mean? Like, you mow the lawn, you do what you're supposed to do. You're a man's man, right? There aren't many men that can literally take care of the household, right?
You hear that, Mom? I'm a man's man.
But it's, when you think about it, like, how many men are in a position where their woman can turn to them and their woman knows they got them, right? So many men they're worried about themselves because they've never known how to be a father, how to be a husband, because they haven't seen it. And that's because we go to the government, who has pushed it to where it's easier for the woman to be single so she can get, government assistance. She can get housing. She can get all this other shit that a man is supposed to provide for you, right? But the government will give it to you. So get rid of the man. We'll be your new man. We'll take care of you. And this isn't, going against any woman. I'm not saying nothing bad. It's, when do you realize the government don't give a fuck about you? They give a fuck about control. And you're giving up control of your household for the government, and you think your government's going to discipline your kid. That's what the penitentiary is for. Okay? Let's call it what it is. That's to discipline your children. Juvenile detention centers at all-time high. Penitentiary, overflowing. This is who's there to discipline your kid when you don't have a man in the household. And then the men you want to choose who, dope boys or, scam artists. This is where you get yourself, right? To an empty household, even when you thought you had a man in the household because he wasn't doing man shit. Man shit is waking up in the morning, going to work, taking care of home. Coming home at night, making sure everybody's taken care of, everybody makes it home all right. It's, what the fuck has happened? And I'm not telling men how to be men because we're still men trying to figure out how to be men. You know what I mean? Like, we think we're, the man's man, but there's still shit we all can, be better at, whether it be listening, whether it be comprehending, because a lot of the times it's not that we don't listen, it's we don't comprehend it because in our mind as men, we think very logical. So it's one of those things that it's harder to comprehend, what you're saying to me if it doesn't go into a logical train of thought. Like, how is this bettering the household? How is this bettering the family? And we're to a point now that if we don't really think about it, what is the benefit? This is how every man should think. If it does not benefit my household, why am I doing it? What is the purpose? Right? There's too many men trying to impress every woman on the planet. Impress your woman. Is your woman proud of you? Is your woman happy to say that you're her man? Because there's plenty of women out here that are proud to say they're independent. And the fact that you look at it, there's so many dads that can't even get to the point of being a father, because you got women who live off the government who then use their kids as pawn just to get into child support situations where now you're mad that he's not paying child support, but you won't even let him see the kid. And, you know, Guru 100, you are correct. Both men and women that fall under this, wanting the easy route. That is a real thing. But there are more men out here willing to take the hard route than anybody wants to give credit to. You see men welders, you see women welders, you see men trash men, you see women trash men. It's not that it's a sex thing. It's real life. Women are born with something that immediately makes their life easier. Men are born with something that immediately makes their life harder. We're at a point in time that as men, we can't even stand and joke around with other men because we have to be careful of who comes by that may be offended. And it doesn't even have to be a woman, okay? There are other men offended by men conversations, and I'm talking about men conversations about hard work and them not doing their part at home. Men get offended by it. God forbid we get into old school shit. I can think back to, you know what I'm saying, early 2000s. Some of the conversations we were having then, you would never fly nowadays. I'm surprised some of the movies are still out there because of the shit that gets torn apart. But I just have to get back to the fact of we need men being men, women being women. We need women being feminine, men being masculine. It's okay to know your gender role. The gender role doesn't mean in the house. It means that sometimes women need to give you a hug. Sometimes men need to step up and take care of the house and understand that she's not asking you to do something you shouldn't be doing anyway. Because if you run it back in history, men have been taking care of women forever. Okay? Now the government has pushed this agenda of independent woman. Take care of your thing. There are several women out there that I could tell you now would love to be at the house taking care of the kids than be at work. There are other women that would love to be at work rather than taking care of the kids. It's not an easy job being a stay-at-home mom. That's the hardest job on the planet. But again, in a gender world, they're better at it than we are, because discipline from a dad's point of view, like we talked about earlier, hold the book above your head, get on that wall and do wall squats, run them steps. Yeah. And if that don't work, I'm busting ass, right? It's nothing against, we're at this point where you have to be even sensitive to talk about this shit, but can we just get back to men being men, women being women? I like your nails done. I like you wearing dresses. I like you being pretty. I like you being sensitive. I like that shit. I don't like you coming into the man's conversation talking like a straight man. I don't like that shit. It's not saying it's unattractive. It's just like, it takes you back. Like, when did this become something to be proud of?
Well, I can't. This is the one episode where I will shit on the government. Well, I mean, the state of Missouri. Everyone else sucks. I've been acknowledged by the governor, so he gets a pass for like a week. But yeah, the government obviously has problems because they try to, you know, be Big Daddy while they also play Big Brother. And so it's like, you know, kind of segue, but it's like, bro, you were telling me illegal folks getting government jobs.
This is in New York. They're literally trying to push it through where illegal immigrants are getting state jobs. State jobs that, when I recall back as a child, those were the jobs people wanted. They came with a pension, came with a retirement plan. You're telling me that you've got 10,000 open jobs for illegal immigrants. I know there's 10,000 people in New York that would love to have those jobs. Why are we giving them to illegal immigrants?
Homeless veterans, man, where their government status can transfer over Doesn't that make sense, man?
In fact, they're giving guns to illegal immigrants. They're literally saying that you don't have to pass the ATF background check, but you can now go in and buy firearms. Let's call it what it is, man. This is a tyrannical government trying to fuck its people.
Dude, do you think... Oh, that one chick pulled out of the race, man.
Nikki Haley?
Yeah.
She did what she should have done whenever she lost in her home state. She should have pulled out then.
She lost in her home state, man.
Yes, sir.
Dude, fuck Scott O'Tay. But yeah, okay. So illegals getting government jobs in New York. And you said, did we already talk about the money to Ukraine, man?
Yeah, we talked about the fact that there was so much money sent to them, the fact that we could have literally gotten all of the homeless veterans off.
That's right. We did say that.
We could have focused on the drug epidemic that is sweeping our nation that nobody wants to talk about.
Heroin.
No. Fentanyl. Opioid crisis. The drugs the government gives us. Nobody wants to talk about that anymore. This shit's been in fucking crisis since the fucking early 2000s.
2008 was the peak of the beginning.
I think about the fact that I go to a therapist. First time seeing a psychiatrist within 5 minutes. 5 minutes, Devin. 5 minutes. This motherfucker was writing me prescriptions. I have yet to touch them. Because in reality, what the fuck? Like, it blew my mind how fast they wrote a prescription. This is shit that people need to be writing articles about. How you can go in and get antidepressants within 5 minutes and they don't even know what the fuck is wrong with you. You haven't even had a chance to speak. And they're like, I think this is going to be what's best for you. And then 2 weeks later, I think we should up the dosage. A month later, I think, how's that working for you? We should up that dosage.
I'm a zombie.
That's what they want.
To love me.
That's what they want. Brain dead people to work the slave. You're our slaves. Take these pills, go to work with a smile on your face. Take these pills, you'll be okay. Take these pills, you'll get over it. Really? Like, it's like, exactly, very comfortable pushing poison. This is what it is. The government is very comfortable killing its own people. And they talk about how shit leads. How does it get out of hand when you're pumping fucking 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds with antidepressants who don't even know what the fuck anxiety is? They haven't had a fucking lick of a hard life in their world. Coming from the suburbs, talking about my life is hard because I didn't get a BMW when I turned 16. Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Do you got a car? You're doing better than, 60% of the nation easily. Because there are grown folks that don't have a car. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, yeah,
dude, I just helped someone get a car. Oh, shit. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you help someone get a car. Go ahead. I want to hear this.
Dude, oh, no, you don't. Because, I was going to dinner with, I went to dinner with two people, and they were like, hey, man, we're getting married. We need you to marry us because you're a fucking ordained motherfucker. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. What's up? So we talk about it. La-di-da-di-da. That was on a Friday. On Sunday night, I get a, hey, we broke up. We're not getting married.
What the fuck?
Can we get our deposit back? And I said, I just smoked your deposit, man. So, I mean, dude, no, we can't go like, we gotta play a song. We just play a song and then come back and be serious.
That's fine.
Dude, this is my favorite song that I dedicate to Stacy, and it's the good song. We're all gonna be quiet. We gotta refresh. Stacy,
There is no one here again.
dude, so Carrie's like grandma is dying, and like
Mm.
I'm managing the house last minute, man. So the boys want to. Casey's here. Hi, Daddy. Hi, Ryan. You're late.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, dude, you were telling you, dude, like,
Well, my condolences on that. That's a hard thing for her, especially if she grew up with her and relative in the life.
especially on the fly, bro. Like, but hey, we do this shit. You know what I mean? So we're good. We're good. Thank you for that, Ryan Garcia.
Man, man, man. So many mixed reviews on this. You got, news saying that the man's a cokehead. You got him fucking coming out talking about he was tied up, forced to watch pedophilia acts. Like, I don't know what's real, what's fake, but I'm going to say he's standing really heavy on the fact that he'll go in front of the Supreme Court and argue his fucking cases. So I say we watch to see. If he ends up dead soon, we know the powers that be. He definitely had dirt on, you know? So it's just weird shit that's going on. I mean, man, he's going off the deep end. But again, we don't know what's true and what's false nowadays. Right. I know that he's standing pretty firm on the fact that Bohemian Grove is real. He's standing on the fact that the elites are doing shit they shouldn't be doing. He's saying that he has tons of evidence, and I'm just waiting to see because there's a lot supposed to be coming out. And you're right. The truth is, that was perfectly said. Truth seems to be stranger than fiction these days, and it is real. It is. Some of the shit sounds so far-fetched, it almost has to be real. It's like, how does he come up with this shit? He's saying he was raped at 2 years old, saying that, they tied him down, and,
Casey, you should check your email. Well, it's been just like Matt Rife. I mean, did you hear about that? Where some comedian was like, me and Matt Rife were in a room full of executives, and they said, you want to be famous, suck our wieners, and they pulled him out, and then the one comedian like left and Matt Rife stayed, and now he's big.
And you got Cat Williams saying the same shit about these guys.
Yeah.
The fact that you just had Eddie Griffin, talking about Club Shay Shay, and then he hops out of a truck looking like exactly what Eddie Griffin said, Club Gay Gay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's stranger than fiction. It is.
Isn't that crazy. A movie, man?
It is. I think it is. I'm pretty sure. I will say that.
Shout out to Kyrie Cigars. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. I'll say the shit that is going on with, the pedophilia and the child grooming. Like, what's blowing my mind in the Black community, and this is just something that I think a lot more people need to pay attention to, is this little kid rapper. He's like 9 years old. I think his name's like Little RT or something like that. And grooming. Right? You got videos of a 9-year-old at strip clubs. You got videos of a 9-year-old with grown women throwing themselves at him. At what point do we say, stop this shit? Stop this shit. If everything is for $1, this goes to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Money is the root of all evil, right? The shit people are doing for money, whether it be OnlyFans, whether it be, little kid rappers and exploiting their children. You can go back to the Disney kids when we were growing up and all the stories that are coming out now. We're here to protect our kids. Mm-hmm. That is what our purpose is to protect our kids and raise positive, productive humans, right? Quit exploiting them for your own benefit. Like, I understand, the kid models to be able to, sell clothes to little kids. I get that. Quit sexualizing them. And this goes all the way, and I've been bitching about this since I was younger, in these little girl pageants. Yeah. When they started putting that shit on television and they started pumping it out, it's, at what point do we say this is for pedophiles? They're doing this shit for pedophiles. And yeah, Nickelodeon is under fire with the Oprah shit and Drake and Josh. There's some shit coming out, man. Like 2024. Cat Williams literally said this is going to be the year of the awakening.
It's ruining like my childhood, bro. Like the backstory of all that, man. Okay, Nickelodeon. Remember the show? All that's like our Saturday Night Live.
Yep.
Right,
Or
okay.
In Living Color,
Well,
or
yeah,
whatever
yeah,
you want to
yeah.
say.
It was
Yeah.
like an improv show, and motherfuck, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's all I can. And dude, don't even get me started on the pro wrestling bullshit. They're doing everything they can to clean that shit up, but it's like
At least somebody's trying to clean it up.
it's only March.
Yeah, that's the crazy. We are 3 months into the fucking new year, and shit is getting crazy. You got all these countries are all over the world. All of a sudden, their roofs are turning blue right after the fucking wildfires in Hawaii. The wildfires, right? Like, something's up, man. You got videos of green beans scanning the ground. It's the elites are doing whatever they can to divert, because it is coming out left and right. This pedophilia shit is through the roof. And it's crazy to me because when we think back to when we were younger, right? It was all called conspiracy theories, right? What do we call them now? Take a swing.
Facts.
Boom. Boom. You read my fucking mind. Boom. Like that shit. Boom. When do people really look at that and say, damn, all the shit we said were conspiracy theories and we said that wasn't true is all being proven facts. So when do we start listening?
Well, I mean, that's a good question. When do we start listening?
You can milk anything with nipples.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
So when do we start listening?
Casey, tell us, when do we
First thing that
start
popped
listening?
in my head.
Oh boy.
Man, I heard you in the other room. I just yelled at my wife and told her to turn it down because it was kind of, I didn't really catch all that.
No, I'm saying as far
What I
as
missed.
all the conspiracy theories that we were told were conspiracy theories as a kid are now proven fact. So when do we start looking at the shit we're saying now? People are like, oh, they're lying. And when do we draw the line and say, I'm starting to think these are facts?
Yeah, I think we already kind of passed that phase. Oh my God, with all the pedophilia and the celebrities and the people. As soon as like they teased like a list coming out from what's his face, the island guy,
Epstein
all
list?
these celebrities started freaking out. The Epstein list, like everybody who was on the list, like what's his name? That one guy that does the night show,
Jimmy Kimmel.
total
Allegedly.
fucking. Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, allegedly. He started freaking out about like, oh, there's nothing going on here. Don't look. And people like not Chris Rock. Yeah, Chris Rock said, yeah, I was on the plane. I had no idea that motherfucker, owned it, So it's like, yeah, there's a lot of smoke. So there's fire, man. There's fire all over the place. I don't trust Oprah. She's evil, man.
Oh, it has been forever. I mean, that goes back to her schools. She had, all these kids going missing from her schools in Africa. She was opening all these schools, got put into fucking kidnapping rings and fucking pedophilia all over the world. And the most, what are they called? Sexual harassment charges ever in a school's history.
Yeah.
And then they end up shutting down. Like, let's
right
look
after
at
Paul
these
Walker's death when he was trying to record all of it.
Everybody that tries to report it dies. Every news reporter, every witness. There's tons of proof saying that Epstein ain't dead. We never saw a body. The body you saw definitely didn't match the face scans of what he was before. When we look at these things, like, they protect each other at a whole nother level and they just think we're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And to tell the truth, I'm really starting to realize America is fucking stupid. Okay. The fact that they choose to not pay, either it's not pay attention to it, right? Or they choose to turn their eye to it, or they turn their head to it. But at what point, this shit is real. When you go back to, they were talking about the red bottom shoes and how they were mimicked off of the, the Red Shoe Club. Like, there are things that this goes deeper than I think any of us can really change. But I really feel like the people that can make a change, the government does a very good job of not only cease and desisting them, but if they can't get them one way, they'll lock them up. And that's really what I believe, 100%.
Well, I think Missouri's the best state in the fucking state, and everyone else needs to fucking step up. I think our governor's doing a great fucking job at everything he fucking does. I think every other one else sucks.
I think Illinois needs
But
to follow suit.
it's like we're saying is when you do try to cover everything up, that's the smoke. That's where people get hurt because curious minds,
Casey, why are you muted?
smart minds. I didn't do that.
I know,
Casey,
that's
I'm
why I
muted.
asked him.
Yeah. Why are you muted, man?
Sorry. I
Yeah,
switched my
apology-
shirt a second ago. I didn't want to make a bunch of noise.
Oh, we got to watch
No,
you as you
Be
did your little
careful what
shit.
I put on my
I'm not
t-shirt.
complaining, Daddy. But what I'm saying is when people try to clean shit up, that's where generally they get caught. And when people get caught, it's just a big, vicious, ever-ending motherfucking cycle. And at the end of the day, I don't think we're going to be having elections this year, man.
I really
Because
don't
the
think we are.
agendas-
I'm
Yeah, I
agreeing
think
with
we
you.
are. What do you mean we're not going to have elections? What does that mean?
There's too many things that can put us into martial law status that'll stop an election, and they're pushing that shit so hard to prime time it to where we get to wartime or we get to whatever it may be that can cease an election.
Sounds like a Democrat desperation move. I think there's too many people wanting the things to change and want Trump to take office. I think it's going to happen. I think it's just going to be a landslide, and it's just going to. I don't know. Maybe I'm too optimistic. And
You
people
think they're not going to
accuse
kill
me.
him?
No,
Whoa.
of course. I never can say never about
I
anything.
mean, it'll be hard. Like, I think,
But
honestly,
shoot,
it'll be.
I mean, I think
You're right. It'll be a landslide if he gets there.
the more people want to. Yeah, I think too many people want him to protect. I think he's too well protected, and I think it's just. I don't know. In my heart, I feel like it's inevitable.
I hope.
If it doesn't
Right.
happen, then I'm just gonna pray for the worst, man. Because another 4 years of Biden. Oh, Jesus
We wouldn't
Christ!
get another 4 years of Biden. He'll
We're
die
not
in
gonna-
office
I'm
if he's even
I'm already
alive.
I'm already a minority as a white guy, so to be even more so,
You're not wrong.
more and more immigrants. What are we up to now? What's the count?
7 million. 7 million.
Look, this shit got me chain smoking this
Oh,
shit.
it's got to be
Look,
more than that. That's
No,
just
that's
documented.
that's what they have. 7 million. That's more people in the state of Missouri.
that's accounted for.
We.
So it's more than that. Of course, it's more than that. I mean, hell, they've been coming over the border like fucking 40 going west. Like they are fucking coming.
Man. I love it in Missouri. For somebody who like grew up in California when it was cool. I was like surfing, snowboarding, just like living the dream. And then I got out of there just in time before it got weird and all drugged out. And now I'm like in Missouri. This place is fucking awesome. Everyone needs to move to Missouri. That's cool.
Yeah, not the druggies.
Yeah, not the
Be
drug.
careful. Next thing you know, they're going to be
Place
shipping
out.
us more and more illegal immigrants. Like this shit is.
Yeah, that would scare me. I mean, I live in the outskirts, so I don't get a lot of traffic over here. But man, that would scare me for my kids and people that are out there and towards the city, like you guys. Shoot.
Shit, I'm not
Not worried
towards
about
the city.
that.
I'm
Dude.
far enough. I was like, we're far from the. I was like, driving to the casino seems like a fucking journey nowadays. like this shit is crazy.
I mean, Stacey, what else did you have on the agenda, man?
And honestly, it's just parenting 101. How do we protect our kids from a culture that is trying to prey on them?
That's easy.
More family time.
You fucking
More family
homeschool.
time and family values. Yeah.
When the government's
exactly.
trying to kill the family. But the government's doing, like we were talking about this earlier, is doing their best to kill the family completely. They do everything they can to separate the family. Women are more empowered not having a man in the house nowadays than they've ever been. We just talked about this. Like I don't want to sound sexist. I don't want to sound none of that. And you can, if you know me, you'll know that I'm not sexist. You'll know that I 100%, the women at work outwork us. You know what I'm saying? But at the same point, I just want women to be feminine again, man. Like, I'm tired of Everybody wants to be a hard, tough motherfucker.
Like Gaston.
Who?
Oh, dude, everybody knows Gaston. No one drinks like Gaston. No one thinks like Gaston.
Post
He's
what
the
Steve just
biggest.
posted. That is the
Done. No
truth.
fights like
There
this
you-
done.
Gaston. As everyone knows.
That is the
Yes.
realest shit ever,
Gaston.
Steve.
Gaston.
And it's the sad part is that's where they're at. They've got it. They're now able to control the education system. You see these books that are being put out? You see the books that are being pushed in schools? Hell, they don't
Yeah.
even teach math properly anymore.
We took off mice and men, man.
And they've taken out everything. To Kill a Mockingbird, they've been taking out shit that shows any kind of representation of what life really is off the shelves as long as possible, but they're putting on stupid books to show you how to, change your gender. Like,
I saw them reading quotes from a book in like the Supreme Court or whatever, reading quotes of how they took a strap on and he assumed the
boy.
position and everything. And I swear to God, like descriptively putting on strap-ons and like incest and shit. And that's in like the library at school.
yeah. And when
That's
is
crazy.
you know how you get that shit in? You separate the family. You cause more turmoil at the house so you can pass shit at the PTA meeting. There are so many parents that don't even show up, and we've talked about this over and over, Devin.
Yeah.
Show up to the PTA meeting.
Yeah.
It all starts ground level. All this shit is ground level politics that makes it up the chain. Okay? Like, I'll be the dad at the fucking PTA meetings causing uproars. I don't give a fuck. I'm here to fight for my child and for everybody else's child to protect them. Let them be innocent. Eventually, there will come a time they'll learn, right? Their job isn't to learn about that shit at 5 and 6 years old. They shouldn't be learning about that shit at 10. Like, realistically, puberty age, yeah, we should maybe have the conversation about birds and bees because hormones are going crazy, right? But it's not my job to show you and introduce you to things that don't need to be introduced to a child. It is what it is. I remember being a kid and when titties came on
teach the
TV, I
subject
did
and that's
this. My parents were like, cover your eyes, cover your face, whatever it may have been. Yeah, hey, so this one here, Guru, and we'll get into that because that's another one I want to talk about. So you can leave that up there, Devin. It's an agenda, right?
I mean Jimmy, because he's fucking
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as far as when it comes down to this one particular, the caption on the screen, the students licking teachers and staff body parts, I would literally wreak havoc, bro. They're licking peanut butter off of people's feet.
That's
When I,
crazy.
bro,
That's
What
gross.
the fuck, man?
you wouldn't have a foot by the time I'm done. You probably wouldn't have a head, to tell the truth. Like-
Pep rallies have changed a lot since I was a kid, man. We had a lot of like techno music and dancing.
Yeah, we would throw the volleyball and make it go through the stands. We would have tug of wars, dance competitions. Like, there was little shit that we were still kids, right? The fact that you think my child would ever lick something off of you, if my son ever came home to me and said, hey, I'm at school and they're trying to get me to lick shit off of them,
Wow. To even hear those words out loud, it's like, what does the world become?
I'm not a tough guy. I'm not Billy Badass.
Oh, we all know.
Promise you to God, that would be the last teacher ever have it done on.
The
I would-
flying
Fucking news. I'm talking world news. I'm not talking about state news. I would make world news. And the fact that these parents aren't putting these fucking teachers on stakes, man, boy, that shows how fucking weak our country is. There's not a single dad out there of one of them fucking parents that won't go in there and mangle a motherfucker.
That's right.
How weak of humans are they? They're weak. They're fucking weak. They're past weak. They're Casey, if you tell me this, you found out your 8-year-old daughter is in there licking peanut butter off of somebody's feet. for a student pep rally, you wouldn't lose your fucking mind?
It would take me to be in the right. I can't even put my mind in that state of mind where that would be a reality. That it's like,
But it is.
Mr. Falkengren, this is so and so at school. We had an incident. Your daughter was licking peanut butter off at
No,
off
it
of
was
a
an
snap.
incident.
No,
Whoa, whoa,
this
whoa,
isn't
whoa,
an
whoa, whoa,
incident.
whoa.
This
Can I
is
get
the
this
staff on the fucking stage putting peanut butter on their feet, making it a licking competition.
Hey, everybody, welcome back, kids. Here I am, Principal Jimmy Hedges, and we got little Cindy here who wants to see her lick peanut butter off Mr. Glenn, the orchestra teacher's feet. Give me a hell yeah! And the kids say, hell yeah. They fucking lick the feet to pump up the school spirit, Jimmy.
I swear to God, I wouldn't even say
Am I
shit.
wrong,
I
Stacey?
wouldn't even. He's right. He's
Okay,
right.
I'm
I
trying to
wouldn't
show-
even call the school, bro. I would show up at school the next day like
I'm
didn't
trying
shit
to show
happen.
Casey how it is. Like he's thinking that it was.
Yeah, this isn't an
I'm trying to
incident.
show
This
you.
is a real life. They're at a pep rally. 5 teachers lined up with peanut butter on their feet while kids are racing to lick the peanut butter. I'm telling you.
Yeah, suck
Wow.
those toes, little Jilly.
That's bananas. Where was this?
Probably
It's been several
fucking
different places. Oklahoma,
Virginia,
California.
probably.
No, I'm saying this is coming out that this shit's been going on in Oklahoma since fucking 2015.
Wow.
I'm telling you, Casey, bro. I know you. I know you. You would lose your fucking
Dude, I haven't
mind.
I haven't been a parent as far as like an involved parent with school in a long time. So things have changed so much that my worries back in the day and what I'm hearing that's going on now, that is just bananas. What kind of peanut butter was it?
Really.
Probably
You're not even funny right there because in real life, bro,
he's watching.
I'm
He's
dead
like, what
ass.
the fuck?
It's
Words wouldn't even describe how crazy I would fucking go. Like so many people
I would
are afraid of consequences.
I would want to know what makes them think like I would show up and lock every fucking board member teacher in a room with a chain and a lock and a baseball bat with my face painted like Wolfpack Sting and try to get some fucking questions.
I just want to know, why is everybody afraid of the consequence when these people aren't afraid of the consequence?
I mean these weak
The
sheep.
parents, like I just want to know, like, if there's not a consequence for this action, you're telling me that teachers can do whatever the fuck they want.
Well, I mean,
That's what you're
teachers
telling
also
me.
used to spank the kids, man.
Yeah, but they got permission. My mom gave permission to my fucking teacher that if I fucked up, you could take them in the coat room.
Woo!
we got spanked when I was in a elementary school. Principal Myers. I still remember his name. Jesus Christ.
You can't
Yeah,
even spank
he
your
had a
kids as a parent.
Ruler.
Can't even spank your kids as a parent nowadays, Casey. You know this. So you
Oh,
know
yeah.
damn well they ain't doing it at school.
If
There
I'm
used to be a
spanking my
paddle in the office.
Yeah, no shit. He had a big ruler, a big wooden ruler. Big fat
Basically the same
motherfucker.
thing. Basically the same thing.
Hey, we listened.
Yeah, I did too. I never got took in that coat room. Like, it took one incident where I almost did, and I'll tell you this: I was like, "Oh no, bro, I don't know if you have self control like my mom does." Okay, like I don't know. So, but
Living
it's
in
just,
fear, man.
what the fuck are you afraid of?
Well,
How are you afraid to stand up for your kids?
No, I'm saying. What I'm saying is that's what the issue is.
No, I believe you. That I believe that answer, but I want to know, how are you that afraid to stand up for your kids?
Well, dude, because we're in so much cancel culture these days. Like,
Fuck that.
We are,
Who
We are.
cares?
dude. I'm not gonna name. Fuck it. His name was Steve, but his son's teacher called his fucking HR office when he went off on her at a parent teachers conference.
And I'm
No.
calling your HR office, letting them know that there's about to be a fucking violent crime at your
Because he showed up in uniform to this parent teacher conference just like any
working
hardworking
adult.
union man. Oh, sorry, but fucking showed up in his shit for that conference, and some words went down, and he fucking went off on her, and then she called his HR, and he got suspended. Like, that's why. Because then you hear stories like that, and then people are like, well, fuck, I guess I don't want to stand up.
I'm
to
just
my
fucking
kid.
tired of weak people.
Me too, man.
Like, this goes back to the Ants movie. We have to stand up.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
missed that part.
Post that, Jimmy.
Hey, yeah, sorry. Jimmy, what the fuck are you doing? Let me wake his ass up.
It's one of these things that
See?
there
Lying
are
down.
nowadays that practice combat than there probably ever has been, right? And we still have the weakest nation on the planet.
Dude.
If that shit happened in China, if that shit happened in India, they would drag the teacher to the street and they would beat them to death. They would stone them. This is real shit. You see what they do to rapists in other countries. You think like you don't get like
no,
you're in India.
My mind
They
was
hear
blown
you're a rapist. They hear like I've seen videos of literally this is a child rapist in India. They're dragging them out in the middle of the street and beating them to death with sticks.
Well, no, I'm saying
In America, we're gonna put him on a list and let him know he moved into your neighborhood.
Well, saying it's I would like to go back. Our military is getting weaker and weaker, bro.
Oh God!
Did you know? And Casey, you're gonna take this to heart, bro. Because were you a weak ass Marine and like went to Paris Island, or were you a real Marine and went to San Diego?
I was a no. I went to San Diego.
Yeah, so you're real. Okay, so
No,
I was saying,
yeah, I'm a real Marine.
yeah, you're a real Marine. All right, so,
Casey say you got me fucked up.
No, that's the truth. That's the truth.
You know Casey's a real Marine. Have you ever talked to the nigga?
Drill instructors were actually bitching about the mothers of America back in the day.
Hoorah, devil dog, Semper Fi. Say it, Casey. What do you say?
There's two
Hoorah,
boot camps.
Hoorah, devil dog, Semper Fi. Kill.
There's two boot camps, bro. There's East Coast,
I know,
West Coast.
I know.
Okay, so the real ones were West Coast.
Yeah.
So that's
we
a real
had
Marine.
Those are
the
the
hills.
killers.
They had the bugs.
Listen, bro. This is
We
what
had
I'm
the
saying,
hills.
though. The fucking West Coast Marine Corps fucking training center, they're decreasing. Do you know why? Because during the Biden administration, he decided that we should integrate all the basic trainings. And so you got female Marines over on the West Coast now, man. And fucking you got so they're that means
Casey, I'm still speechless. You literally asked what kind of I'm sorry, what
male
kind of
Marine,
peanut butter. You know damn well you would flip shit.
And fucking, female Marine going to boot camp going like this. And then the getting pregnant during the boot camp stay, and then they can't like become Marines. So it's wasted of government tax dollars, man.
I mean, we're doing that now as we pay
The
for
only
housing
reason-
for immigrants.
The only reason I did really good at boot camp is because there was no friggin' girls. There's no distractions. It's all dudes. So unless you're gay, which there's plenty of gay dudes there, and I'm sure they got it on in the bathrooms late at night. I didn't see none of that going on. But I'm just saying that's why boot camp is successful. You're focused on the fucking goal. Now high school, there's girls all over. So I did shit in high school, Marine Corps, different story. Integrating is the stupidest shit in the fucking world. That's retarded. We're setting ourselves up for failure. America's.
When I was
setting ourselves up for failure.
Actually, I won't even tell that story. Never mind. I'll tell.
Oh, no, I want to hear it. I want to hear the story now.
No, he'll tell it offline.
No.
If Devin's backing out of it, we're gonna let Devin
I won't
back
back
out
out.
of it.
Hey, I don't. No, that's a story for the boys. Like,
okay. Well, this is for the boys. Go ahead.
No,
dads out there.
No, because Nathan don't even know this story.
Okay,
it's a fucking military story. So I'll just. I was cool. I was a cool dude.
The sneaky shit that I did in boot camp is my buddy Schmidt and I. We volunteered to be late chows, so we had to watch the barracks while the whole platoon went to go eat. Yeah, so I watched the front door after the platoon left. I watched the front door, and he went to the drill instructor's hut, and he would take a little bit of Copenhagen out of each one of their dips and put it in a boot band baggie, and then he'd stick it in the racks. And after taps, we'd go in there, we'd take it out, we put a little dip in it, we lay in bed, and we just dip all night long. It was beautiful.
Oh God,
that's how naughty we were in boot camp.
Yeah,
so
like, that shows you how fucking serious boot camp was too.
Yeah,
the last when it was Spirit Week or whatever the fuck, I had to go clean up the PX, and I found a pair of Captain chevrons, and so
shit, you didn't get caught.
Fuck yeah, I did not get caught, and so on one night of Firewatch, I told nobody I found them. And I fucking threw them on, and I started just walking around base, and I made every Firewatch report to me, because it was because you remember on the parade deck how we stacked our guns, out.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So at nighttime, so I would make them report to me, as a captain, and it was awesome. And then my
God, I'm in so much trouble.
This one MP. This one military police showed up on a golf court, and they're like, "Hey!" and they shine their flashlight, and I went like that, and I was like, "Who goes?" I said, "Who goes there?" Because I didn't know what the fuck is. I was like, "Who goes there?" And
halt. Who goes there?
I just go here. Oh, sorry, sir, and I go carry on, and then that was it. So I got stopped by the MPs, so I'm walking around base with Captain chevrons. But Stacy, that was a big.
No, I know.
Yeah.
My God.
My family's military. My uncle Kelly, 33 years in. My uncle Lewis, 25 years in.
It was the greatest 8 minutes of my life, and I immediately fucking took them off. Oh, and that's how I hit them. I put them in my boot. So when I sent you with me, Casey? So when I put them in my boot, and I put the little prongers in my feet, and so when inspection came and you dump your boots.
Oh, they're stuck in there.
Yeah, they're stuck inside. And so it was, dude. I had those Captain chevrons.
Hey, you want to hear something naughty? No, I don't know. I shouldn't share this story. Never mind.
Well, I mean, that's a good thing. Stacey, what are we doing next week, man?
Man, hoping the world exists the way shit's going. Trying to get through week by week at this point, man. Fucking 2024 has been crazy. Who knows what the fuck's coming out this next week?
I just want to say I love you guys.
Come on, we love you too.
So, Casey. I'm Devin James.
I'm Stacy Bonds.
Casey Falkengren.
We are Fired Dads. Dude, you gotta stay on to hear the story. I haven't even told Nathan.
I got you.
Dude.
Adios, Ryan. Get them calls in queue. The phone's back working, buddy.
Everybody get stuff.
We need you on. We need you working.
I swear to God. Can't wait to upload this shit. Long day ahead.